All right, the Warriors take game one on the road. They win it by 13. First time Golden State started a series on the road since 2014. Kevin Durant led the way with 37 points. And after the game, here was Charles Barkley offering the same thought I had this morning.
I am just so depressed right now.
Tell him, Chuck.
Hey, listen, I am hurt tonight.
This should not be a time of depression.
Anybody who think the Rockets going to win a game or win this series is an idiot.
You're declaring this a sweep
this
after
is
one game?
over. I picked the Warriors in 5. I want to say I'm taking the Warriors in 3.
Listen, I understand what you're saying about how this thing has been cyclical. But here's what never happened before in NBA history, right? The Chicago Bulls didn't win 72 games in 1996 and then add Patrick Ewing, or add Charles Barkley, or add Karl Malone, or any of the other best players in the league. The Warriors won 73 games and added Kevin Durant, Jalen.
The rich get richer.
The Bulls won 3 championships and added Dennis Rodman. He's in the Hall of Fame.
No,
they added Tony Kukoc. He's in the Hall of Fame.
They hadn't
They had
added
2 of the top 50 players of all time in Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They had one of the greatest coaches of all time in Phil Jackson, who won 6 championships with them and 5 with the Lakers. This is what's been happening in the NBA. The Celtics have 17. The Lakers have 16. The Bulls have 6 because they have Michael Jordan. The Spurs have 5 because they have Tim Duncan. That's it.
Let me ask you a question. When the Bulls won all those championships, right? Remember how many teams took them to 6 games? Remember when the Knicks took them to 7 games? You know how many game 6s Kevin Durant has played so far as a Golden State Warrior? That'd be 0. They've never lost more than 1 game in a series. No one is going to compete with them. Those teams, the Bulls teams, they were you almost beat them. You almost beat them in 1998.
That's
the
why
Knicks almost beat them in 1993.
I'm a pretty nice person to have this conversation with.
Tell me.
And
Tell me who's going to win 2 games from them.
All right, the Golden State Warriors, I was in the gym a couple of years ago when they were playing in the Game 7 versus LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, and I saw them lose.
Yeah, Kevin Durant wasn't on that team. They went out and added the 2nd best player in the world.
Thank you. How many times did Michael Jordan play in the Game 7?
In the final 0.
Okay, this did not just start happening. Dynasties take place in the NBA. It's just unique because 2 of the top players in the league that have won MVPs are both under 30. That hasn't happened. I've been on the court and was like, wow, they got Shaq and Kobe. They're 2 of the top players in the game. Oh, they got Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili. This is what happens in the league. So it's just a fantasy for people to fast forward the regular season like it wasn't great theater, because it was.
It was.
There was so many great stories.
We're prisoners of the moment.
Right.
As
It was
well.
so many great storylines. This happens in the NFL. Again, when we start talking about football, what are we going to say? Tom Brady's going to show up at training camp, not show up at training camp. But when you have to pick who's going to win the AFC, you're going to take the Patriots.
Right. And then Nick Foles winds up being the MVP of the Super Bowl. When that happens in the NBA, give me a call. Meanwhile,
Andre Iguodala's won Finals MVP.
I understand that, but he was on that team. He was on the best team. All right. Either way, let's move on.